Hi there knife people, this is Eitan. Today I'm going to make another fixed blade review, today on our survival series knives. As I said before in other reviews, when I'm reviewing fixed blades, usually I refer them in the context which they purpose. You know, if it's a survival knife, so I'm not going to judge it as a, an office box cutter, okay? So this is the Utica, what they call a survival series. The model name is UTKB6. I think the UTK is Utica knife B, I don't know what is it, and the 6 is supposed to be a 6-inch, but it's a 7-inch blade, so I don't know why they wrote it. Whoever is not familiar, Utica Cutlery is a very old company that used to make knives to the US Army in World War II. One of their famous is the M3 fixed blade, so they're not new to fixed blade knives. So I'm gonna pass along the I'll start with the size comparison, and then I'm gonna pass with all those what we like to call specs. So this is comparing to the paramilitary 2. As you see, I'm very love the tan color. So this is near the PM2. This is near the SE6, which is seem like a very similar knives. This is near the SE4, and this is near the cold steel Magnum Tanto, which has a blade length of 9-inch. And I have another model here, a smaller model, what they call the 4-inch model, or 4.5-inch. So this is it. So let's put it aside. We're talking about 7.2 inch blade, which is around 18 centimeters. Now it's no way 6. The cutting area is around 6 centimeters, 6.5 inches, not centimeters. But the whole blade, including the choil, is around the 7.2. The blade thickness is 0.2 inches, which is 5 millimeters approximately. The weight of this knife is around 12.5 ounces, which is 350 grams. At the middle over here, and it doesn't include the sheath. The steel over here is 1095 carbon steel, hardened as they declare to 5859 hardness. We have a full tank construction, and the handle is not milled inside. It's full tank, only holes. I took it apart. We have over here a clip point blade. Over here they made sort of a swedge mirror polished blade. I like the mirror polished, but you can have it in another way. You have over here the logo, and the handles are made out of micarta, and they put a micarta bolster over here. That's it. So let's go into the advantage and the disadvantage. So okay, the first thing that come out directly, head up, is the price. The price of that model is $75. Okay, $75, $10.95, made in the USA. I know that there is other companies that made a very similar knives, a bit pricier, so it's very, very cheap. Now, is it worth the money? We'll go. I see it as an advantage because I think it's worth the money. I spoiled you the conclusion, but it is what I think. Now, one more good thing, it's ergonomic. It's very nice to hold it. I used this knife. I gave it to a friend of mine also. He used it a bit, and it is very ergonomic. Not too much hot spots. It's nice to hold with or without gloves. So it's nice. You can even grab it here and use the leverage. This one is a 7-inch blade, so it's supposed to have a bit of a leverage if you use it. The finishing is excellent. You don't always see a mirror polish knife in that price. It's very hard to make a mirror polish, and they buffed to death all those corners, and it's good because no sharp angles. Now the finish here is not, tip top, but it's not a full custom knife. We're talking about $75 mirror polished fixed blade knife made in the USA. and no sharp corners here, no here, even through the jimpings. The only sharp place is supposed to be, it's the blade. So it's excellent, really, really excellent. Now the grind is full grind. Also here they made a swedge over here. It's a full grind, and it is also advantageous because it's a relatively thick knife, 20 degrees per side. The blade is, I can say, it's very durable. It's 1095, and we have over here 5 millimeters thickness, and we have over here very, very thick tip. So as a survival knife, and a survival knife is supposed to be a sort of a one knife that you carry and need to do all with it, and which the philosophy is I rather to have a big strong knife that won't fail me. So it's fulfill it, but you give your you give up you know, sacrificing a bit of slicing capabilities. Well, this is because it's a survival knife, so for a survival knife it's okay, it's fine. I want to go to the sheath. Well, the sheath is one, also it's a big advantage. Why? Okay, the sheath is very similar to other knives you see from Cold Steel, from Essie, from Ontario. You know, you have some sort of a plasticky sheath. I don't know what materials is it. You have over here a drainage hole for the water, but they put over here a blade sharpener made of a tungsten or something like that, and they put over here this nice ferro rod with, you can screw this one up and use the teeth, but the teeth is not that good. We use the blade and it's better. So why this is an advantage? Also, well, you get something, I don't think it do any harm, it can only help you. And regarding to the sharpening, I do a professional sharpening, okay, for knives. One of the things that I tell people to avoid them, don't go to those fixed angles sharpeners, okay? So, but for a survival knife, it's very good. Why? Because the best knife and the best sharpener you have is the one you carry with you. You don't have to think too much because it's small and it's very effective. We used it on the other knife, on the smaller knife, and it gave us back its edge real fast. Now, the disadvantage of those sharpeners that they take a lot of materials, but if you're out there alone, or if you need a sharp knife very fast and you need to use it, so it will do the job, so it's a big advantage, and you don't see it at the competitors. So this is it. Now, what are the disadvantages of the knife? So first of all, over here, come on, it's very nice of you to put this paracord, but please, I don't know, close it properly, but it's not that a big deal. I can leave you that. The handle is heavy, okay, very heavy. I took apart the handles, so, and we saw a couple of things. First, the handle is heavy, it's all steel inside, they didn't mill it inside. If you can mill it, you can lose a lot of weight, make it lighter. I don't think you lose any strength, and the weight will be concentrated over here, and it's easier to swing it because it's a long blade. So I would recommend to remove steel from inside here. They also polish the handle inside. Impressive, but okay. One more thing, the screws. The screws here, you see it's Allen screws, and over here you see Torx screws. And I'll show you the other model. Over here you see Allen screws, no Torx screws. And I think that it would be a good idea to uniform all the screws you're using, Torx or Allen, but don't mix between the two. Now, when we used it, it came loose a bit, and we took it apart, and we saw that it didn't put any Loctite. It was a bit of free, you know. So another disadvantage, they didn't put Loctite or secured the screws. Now you say it's a fixed blade, it's not that matter, it's not moving parts. Well, if you use your knife and you chop and you use it, it got loose. That is what happened. So yes, it is a disadvantage, and you need to pay attention to that. So this is it. Now, less disadvantage. Now, this is a knife that is good for aggressive chores. It will be a nice slicer. It will cut a watermelon. Okay, it won't be fun because it's a survival knife. So the thickness, well, for a survival knife, I guess it's okay. So you know what? Forget about it. The bottom line, for a survival knife, the design, I think it's okay. You have over here a very nice clip point, thick blade, full grind. You have over here 20 degrees per side. Came very sharp out of the box. You have this polish, and I like it a lot, but you can order it also coated. The handle is very ergonomic. You have over here a choice of the design for, and you have over here this striker. So the design for what it's supposed to do is really nice, really good. Same remind of other knife companies as Ontario and Essie. Also the sheath is very nice. You have over here the option to mount. I'll put it aside. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, here it is. You get this with screws, and you can attach it any way you want, and put it on your belt, or just lash it with some paracord. So it's no problem. The design is okay, and you have over here this and this ferro rod and this sharpener. Really nice for a survival knife. If you don't need to resharpen your knife real quick, don't use this sharpener, okay? It will eat your blade, literally eat your blade. I think I have leftovers of steel here that I try not here. I use it with a small blade just to see how it works, see how much steel it takes. So take it under consideration. The materials for the price are really okay. You have over here micarta, and steel blade, some sort of advanced plastic. It's okay. Remember it's $75, so really fine. 1095 steel as a blade. If you proper heat with it, it's really good. With this thickness, you have no worries over here. Let's go how they implemented it. Okay, they can improve. What they can improve? They can improve, as I said before, the weight. They need to remove materials inside, reinforce the screws with some Loctite or something similar, and make them uniform. This is what my 2 cents. Okay, so the bottom line, it's a very nice knife. Okay, if you're looking for a survival knife, it gives a really serious competition to the Essie and to the Ontario. Why is that? This one costs $100. This one costs $75. There isn't any much of a difference between those two, except this one is a bit shorter, but they have also a short one. Never mind. Not too much. The materials are very similar. There's the warranty. I think it's maybe Essie have a no question ask warranty. I don't know what the warranty limited on Utica cutlery. The heat treat, I don't know. I guess it's supposed to be the same. As I said before, Utica is not combat knife is not stranger to her, and survival knife. So I don't see any issues. I see advantage at the Utica because they have all those sharpeners and Ferro Rod embedded in the sheath, which you don't have in the Essie. And the Utica is cheaper, and it's made of the same steel, and the design is pretty much similar. I thought I made a comparison video on the two, and maybe I will. But as you see also in the smaller models, the design is pretty much similar. So I think it's a good choice to take the Utica. You know, they don't have much of a reputation or hype, but if you ask me if I recommend on that knife, yeah, I recommend on that knife. I used it hard, I gave someone else to use it, and it was performance fine, really good. I'm talking about the 7-inch model. I'm not talking about the 4-inch model, which I think it's too chubby and stubby. So that is it. I hope it will help someone, and thanks. Bye bye.